I'm on both. Okay. You're live. Ooh. In this live, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can make $900 from the comfort of your own home, just like I did as a stay at home mom. Okay. So I'm on YouTube and I'm also live on TikTok. So if you see me looking back and forth, it's because I'm on both. I may actually move this over a little bit so that I can go live on both and not look too weird because I'm trying to look at two different screens at the same time. All right, hold on, you're gonna see me here. You're gonna see me here. But yeah, okay, there we go. All right, so my eyes aren't looking too awkward. All right. So today I want to share with you the blueprint, okay, or the system, the process that I took to be able to make $900 days, anywhere from 100 to 900. Let's just be clear with that. Now, before I do that, I do want to quickly share who I am, what my story is, and why I decided to go this route. My name is Oninye. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of three, y'all. And in 2024, I decided that I needed to find a way to make extra income because my mother-in-law came to live with us and she had a lot of medical issues. So she required a lot of tests, a lot of doctor's appointments, hospital visits, all the things. And of course, I'm here in Arizona, in America. Everything's expensive, even with insurance, which she didn't have because she's not a citizen of this country right now. Okay, but we wanted to make sure she was good, right? Like, because her condition was deteriorating, but it costs a lot of money. Even when we were, put her on our own insurance, it still is a lot, right? Deductibles, thousands and thousands of dollars, especially when you're doing, lab tests. So we decided, okay, we're gonna take care of her. We're gonna make sure she's good, but we also have a family of three young kids, and my husband and I. I do not work. I actually left my 9 to 5 job in 2019 so I could be home with my son, because for me that was incredibly important after he was born, that I be home with my kids. I have a son. I had my daughter and my son at the time. My son was 7 months old. My daughter was 3 years old. Okay, I left my 9 to 5 because I wanted to be home with them, because also half my paycheck was going to pay for daycare, and that made no sense to me logically. Was not going to sit there and pay for someone to take care of my kids. I literally was going to work for half of my paycheck to go to someone else to raise my own kids. Makes no sense. That's not the way we're called. I wanted to be present. I wanted to raise my kids. I didn't want to spend 40 plus hours building someone else's business, building someone else's wealth, while I was missing out time with my children. Okay? They're only young for so long. Then they become teenagers and they want to be independent and they don't want nothing to do with you and they become adults. These are the most formidable years of their life, is in this, really small window of time that you have with them. And I didn't feel like it made sense to be going to a job 40 hours a week, asking permission, by the way, to take sick time off, which I needed a lot of, um, you know, with kids. Small kids are always getting sick, right? Especially when they're daycare, there's always something going on. So you have to call out for sick time. You have to call out for sometimes random things that happen with your kids. They had a lockdown like a year or two ago. I had to come in because the electricity went out, all that stuff. Like, imagine if I was at a job, I'd have to be like, I have to call, right? Those are things that I didn't want to be locked in by other people. You don't have your own time when you have a job. You are on someone else's time. You're trading your time for money. And I knew that was the case, and I didn't want to be a part of that anymore. And that was just not the direction I felt led or called by God to be in. Okay, I knew, okay, I had to find a better way. So I left my job in 2019, went online in 2020, and I knew that I had to find a way to also support our family because we have a growing family. We have small kids. My husband works full time, but of course, he's taking many hours in order to pay the bills and all the things. So that's what happened for me. I also, decided to start my own online business, etc. In 2024, I felt like I was still trading time for money because now I had three kids. I now had my youngest, and I decided, okay, now I need to figure out another way to bring in extra income, because now we have my mother-in-law living with us. We have a new, literally my daughter was like a year old, a year 1 year old, and I'm home, and I didn't have the time. I didn't want to be on sales calls, which is what I was doing a lot because of my business. Um, I didn't want to be constantly having to go live. I didn't want to have to deal with creating new products. For me, it was coaching programs, all of that stuff. It was just too much. And then having to juggle clients. That was huge because I'm really big about like taking care of my clients and my customers. But I did not. I literally had no bandwidth. I had no energy to do it. I had no like. I mentally could not do it. I could not be present for that at all. And I decided, like, okay, I've got to find another way that's going to simplify this because I cannot be spending all this energy and all this time building a business, but then missing out on being a present mom for my kids and just being there for my mother in law because they required my time, they required my energy, they required my presence. So I went online and started looking for another way to bring in extra income. And that is how I found this blueprint, y'all. It's called the Freedom Blueprint. Okay. And this Freedom Blueprint walks me step by step on how to be able to make income online, excuse me, with a plug and play business in a box. Okay. Plug and play business in a box. What makes this so incredible is that you don't have to do all the things that a business traditionally requires. Now, let me see if I can step out of it and still get it. Yeah. So the beauty of this business is it has what we call master resale rights. Master resale rights is basically you have someone else creates this product. It's a digital product, by the way. So let me preface by saying this business in a box helped me to be able to make $65,000, 65K in within 7 months of me doing the business. Okay, I made my first 600 within 5 days, and then went on to create over 65K with this business and what I learned in this business within 7 months of doing this business. Okay, now I took some time off, so that's why you'd be like, wait, but you've been in it for about a year. Yeah, because I took time off to do other things. But that's what this business helped me to do. It allowed me to do that, to be able to um, create that. Okay. So I knew that this worked. Okay. Because it's proven. This is not a guess type of business. It's not a maybe it'll work, maybe it's not. Because the statistics show that about 30% of businesses don't make it. Okay. Or even more, if I'm not even mistaken, within the first like 3 years or so. Because they don't have a system. They're not proven. They don't know if they have the market. Like there's so many factors to this. But I didn't have the bandwidth or the energy to or the brain power to start thinking about what's gonna work, what do I need to create, will it work, will it flop, etc. No, I didn't have time for that. I wanted something that was proven to work, that there was demand for in the market, meaning people want it. Right? It's like Ozempic. There's a huge demand for it now. Like people, it's crazy. So if you wanted to, let's say, promote something, you could promote that because you know for a fact that that's something. Sorry, TikTok is being extra. Because you know for a fact that this is something people want. Okay? You know for a fact that this is something people want. And if you want to be like, if you want a business tip, promote things that people want. Don't go and create something just because of the fun of it or it's your um because it's your passion or skills, and like those things are great. That's important to be able to do, but you have to have market demand, meaning it has to be something that people are genuinely curious about or genuinely want and need and are looking for. If you don't have that, then it's gonna flop. And I'm saying this as someone who's created many products. Okay, many products, from coaching programs to one-on-one to courses to ebooks, and I've done all of it, and some of them have done really really well, others have not, so I know the process. But the beauty of this product is it was in demand, 100% commission. Okay, directly to your bank. There was no, you don't have to, there's no monthly expenses, there's no small commissions, you're not making like pennies here and there like you would in certain different affiliate stuff. It's a done for you business in a box that is proven, y'all. Proven. And why I say proven is I want to emphasize the fact that, like, if you were to go out and start a physical business today, right? The smartest business model, honestly, if you wanted to start a physical business today and you wanted to make sure it was going to be successful, is to just go and see what's already successful around you now. Get a franchise, because this is kind of what this is like. With master resale rights, you don't create the product, someone else creates it, but you get to resell it for 100% profit and make income. Okay. That's the smartest business model. If someone else already done all the hard work for you, all you got to do is go promote it to other people. Someone else has done all the hard work. You go and you promote it to other people and you pocket the profit in your pocket. That's it. Okay. So let's say the physical business. If you want to start a physical business, a franchise would be the smart thing to do because let's look at McDonald's, let's look at Starbucks. These are all franchise. They are a proven business model. You know McDonald's works. It doesn't matter where you set it up. You always make some profit unless it's like the middle of nowhere, obviously. But if you are in the city and you're like, oh, what kind of physical business can I start that I know is going to be successful and actually make me profit? McDonald's is a big one, y'all. I don't ever see them I don't know the future, but they're kind of a proven, if you build one like right next door, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get customers. We had one built a year and a half ago, it's like 4 blocks from us. Within a day of it being built, before it was even like ready, people were already trying to go into the drive-through to be like, "Hey, was it ready yet?" Because it's a name brand. People know it. It's proven. Like people know what to expect. The same with Starbucks. So that's what this is. It's an in-demand, proven product. People we know what it is. Once you understand it, you understand what it is. Okay. There's no inventory, no shipping because it's digital. So this isn't a physical thing. In today's day and age, I think physical things are being phased out, to be honest with you. If you can make it digital, people will. But all it means is that it's being sent to someone through the computer. Think about when you stream music, it's sent to you through the computer. Okay. Think about you've probably gotten a course of some sort, or you downloaded an app. That's all digital, right? You go to the app store, you buy an app, it goes directly to your computer. You don't have to go and buy it physically. It's already there. Or it goes to your phone. That's all it needs to be digital. That's it. Um, so there's no inventory, there's no shipping and handling, none of that. You don't have to worry about shipping and handling costs or anything like that because it's all sent digital. This product that I promote made 29 million in 10 months, y'all. 29 million in 10 months. And it's 4 products at 100, 300, 600, 900. So you can pick at any price point that makes the most sense for your goals, right? Or for your situation, right? Everyone's situation is different. So you can pick any of that at any time, okay? And because I'm at the 900 level, I can resell any of those 100, 300, 600, 900 and make 100% profit on any of them directly to my account. Okay? So it's an in-demand product. That's the first thing I did was I got myself an in-demand product, and that's what the in-demand product is. And I can tell you what it is. So let me actually talk more about what it is. It's a digital marketing program. I call it program. If I say a course, it's not doing its service. It is not a course because courses are a dime a dozen. There's so many of them out there, and you could go and buy one. Good luck to you. But let's be honest. Is a course enough to get you the results you want? To some extent, depending on what it teaches you. But there are nuances to learning a new skill set. It's like starting a business. When you start a business, you don't walk into that business. A job. When you start a job, you don't know every aspect of it. Maybe you've done it in the past before, or you had something similar, but every job is different. So you have to come to that job and you get training, right? You get on-site training, you get consistent training throughout the day or the week, so you can learn the ins and outs of that company, of your job title, of your job description. You have to practice a little bit until you get really comfortable and good at it, where you can be like, oh, I know what to do, I know where everything is. But you had to learn that, right? And you had to have someone probably help you and show you the ropes. It's the same way with digital marketing. It's the same way with monetizing and being on social media. You can't just show up and think, oh, I'm just going to go watch a YouTube video and I'm going to be successful with this. Okay. You can't just show up and think that, because that's not the way that works. You actually have to go and you have to actually learn the skill. You have to get hands-on practice with it, right? You have to get mentorship, someone who can look over your shoulder and give you feedback. and teach and show you the nuances that you may not be able to pick up on or haven't picked up on yet. That's what I love about this is not just another course. There's so many courses out there, but a course will only get you so far. This is a full-blown program because you get mentorship, you get a community, you get support. You can have people that you can ask questions of when you get stuck, or you need inspiration, or you need motivation, or you're just like, okay, I'm trying to do this, or I'm thinking of this, or I'm looking at this. Can you expand upon it? Can you give me better clarity and understanding about it? That's the beauty of having a program versus a course. A course can only take you so far because all you're doing is learning from a course. You're just watching something. But until you physically do the thing, which this program does for you, until you can have the feedback that you need in order to move forward if you're stuck, or in order to move forward and make sure that what you're doing is actually the right way of doing it, you're only going to get so far. Okay? That's the uniqueness of this program. That's why it's such a great program. Here's the truth of the matter. Forbes has projected that digital will be worth 1.5 T, with a T, y'all, with a T, trillion by 2030. So this is a skill that is in demand. This is a skill that has been seen as we move into the future to be something that, like, if you learn it, you are set. You are golden for for years to come, y'all. Not just you, but your kids, because you could then pass this on to your kids. Like, let's think about legacy. Let's think about beyond ourselves. If you have a family, if you have children, this is something you can pass on to your family, to your children. Okay? And if you were to go to school for this, traditional college to get a digital marketing degree, y'all, it's anywhere from 4K to 20K per year, whether depending on if you're going to public or private school. That's how much you would have to invest in order to learn this skill if you went to a traditional college. But the beauty of this is you don't need to do that. We show you how to do that. You can learn it in a couple weeks to a couple months. That's it. And you don't pay all that amount. You just pay one time fee and you learn everything, and you have lifetime access to mentorship, support, community, to updates on, what's changing, what's happening, because of course this space, just like any industry, is always going to be changing. You get access to that for just one time, no monthly fees. Forever and ever and ever and ever and ever, y'all. Something that you can hold on to, learn from, and then teach to your children. That for me is one of the biggest pros here. Is like, I can show my children another way. If they want to have a traditional 9 to 5 job, of course, I will support that. Go do that too. But now they have options. And for some of us, I didn't have an option growing up. My parents are immigrants. All they do is go to school, get a good job, retire at 65 if you're lucky. I had the opportunity to see that there was more. Okay? I had a traditional 9 to 5. It was okay, but it wasn't the best. I was underpaid, undervalued, stressed out, tired, okay? Missing out on time with my kids and my family, no energy, all the things. But now I found a way that's allowed me to support my family financially. Okay? I've made 6 figures online, y'all. You can go to my thingy. I talk about it. You can put your email and name. Actually show you my Stripe. I talk about it. I made 6 figures online, guys. I know I'm not saying it to brag. I'm showing it to say that would never have been something I thought of my reality if you had talked to me in high school or even college. I thought I was gonna go to follow my parents, like they said. I thought I was gonna go get a job, right? I graduated college, got a master's degree. Thought I was gonna go get a 9 to 5 and work until I retired. That's the plan. That's all I knew. But because I was introduced to the online space and introduced to the opportunities here, that trajectory has completely changed. I now get to be a stay-at-home mama to my beautiful 3 young, beautiful children. I get to make my own hours, my own time. All I do is create content, which isn't that hard once you understand what you're supposed to do. And I make 5 figure months, guys. That would never have been my reality at a traditional 9 to 5. Okay, I just want you to understand that. Digital marketing has changed everything. For me, it's changed it for so many people. And there's so much more room for growth here and so much potential for so many more people to be a part of this journey, okay? So with the program that I promote, y'all, okay? Instead of investing this, crazy amounts to learn this skill set that is going to be a trillion, by the way, 1.5 T by 2030, you can learn the skills of social media marketing, branding, email marketing, affiliate marketing, how to create and launch your own products, digital products, courses around your own passions and skills and interests, how to create your own, build a community for yourself and recurring income so that your bills are paid, right? You don't got to worry about none of that. I make sure my bills are paid every month with this business. Okay, all of that, you learn how to do that. But the beauty of it is, unlike college where you just rack up debt, right? Because we're taking out loans from Sally Mae and all the other people, there's no debt to rack up here. You are earning and learning. You are learning a skill, y'all, right? I'm talking to all of you on YouTube land, TikTok land. You are learning a skill while you're earning from that. Only in 2025 is this even a reality for people, guys. Only in 2025 is this people's reality. And you can be a part of that, okay? That is a decision, right? Everything in life is a decision. Everything in life is a decision. If I hadn't made that decision back in 2020 to start this, I wouldn't be here. I'd be still at my 9 to 5, tired, us, still financially trying to make stuff happen for us. Me, spending 40 plus hours at work, missing my kids, paying for daycare, have my paycheck going to daycare. I would still be there. And I would be all I know because I'm like, that's all I know. But this option was presented to me about the online space, about being in digital marketing. And now I have a different trajectory for my life because I have options. And that's what I'm going to pass down to my kids, that they have options. Okay? This has given me options. So let me continue talking about this online business, y'all, because it's incredible. It's a rejection-free business, y'all. So there's no chasing. I'm not bothering family or friends. We don't cold message or do sales calls, which is the traditional that people are used to when they think about like salespeople, when they think about MLMs or network marketing. It's none of that. I used to, when I first started my business and I got a mentor, that's what they used to teach. And it was so I did not like it. It was so gross to me. Like you have to go in people's DMs and be like, hey, do you want this thing? Or, hey, let me give you a call. Like it is just not my personality or aligned with my values. I like what we are taught in this program is attraction marketing. Okay. Because that's what I align with. That's what I changed my whole model into. Attraction marketing is just what I'm doing right now. I'm not chasing any of you. I'm not trying to be like here, I'm not sliding into your messenger DM inbox. I'm not, trying to get you on a cold call, calling you at dinner time like telemarketers, right? Spammy telemarketers. Hey, would you like to buy? Like, no, we're not doing any of that. Okay. I'm just creating content. I'm going live. I'm sharing with you my story, which I've shared with you. I'm telling you why I do what I do, why I love what I do, why I believe this process, this program, this system will help you. Now it's up to you to make the decision to say, hey, this is cool. I'm interested. I want to learn more and take that next step, or be like, nah, it's not for me. I'm good. Either way, war off my back. It's not going to change my life, right? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the beauty of this, is they're teaching you how to just be a human and share, how to market, to share what this program is, to share how to, how this will help people. Because at the end of the day, this is about helping people. Businesses are created to help people. That is the main goal. Because if a business can't help other people, if it can't solve people's problems, it's going to go out of business. People don't want a business that's just self-centered and doesn't do anything for people. This business helps people. It helps people get out of debt. It helps people create savings. It helps so many people have been able to leave their 9 to 5 jobs because they've been able to make enough income that they don't need to go back to a 9 to 5. They're like, what? I can make income like this working from home 2-3 hours. That's it. I don't need to report to a boss. Yeah. Right. Like that's life changing. It's giving people options. We have a lot of people in our community who are, retirees who thought they had to go back to a job because they're not making their checks are not enough for them to live. But by finding this and plugging in, they have been able to make enough that they don't have to go get another job in order to enjoy their retirement age, which is so sad that people have to do this. I go to Walmart all the time, and the greeters at the Walmart and the cashiers are all people who should be enjoying their life, right? 65, 70. Like, you've done the work already. You've worked your butt off for how many years of your life? You should be chilling on a beach somewhere, hanging out, whatever. But instead, you have to go get a job because you don't have enough savings to take care of yourself. It's ridiculous. But this business has given people options. It's given them something else, a way to be able to stay home or travel. Again, remember, this is a digital business. I use my phone and my laptop. Those are the only two things I need, guys, and Wi-Fi. That's it. And sometimes I don't even need my laptop. Sometimes I just go with my phone. That's all I need. And I make money, guys. Mind blown, right? It seems like it's too good to be true. I promise you it's not. I'm a real human. You can pinch me. I'm real. I'm real, y'all. And I'm telling you, it is crazy how good this works. We use attraction marketing. So I'm not chasing anybody. I'm not sliding into anyone's DMs. I'm not cold calling people like a crazy telemarketer. I'm just talking about this program and letting you make the decision if this is something you want to learn more about. So if you're on TikTok, here is where you can just go. Click on that. There's a website. Go to that website. It gives you all the details. I'm very transparent. I don't gatekeep anything. I tell you exactly what it is. If you're on YouTube, if you go to the description, it's there too. Literally, step by step, exactly what to do. I don't hold anything back. I literally show you screenshots of like what I do every day to make the income I'm making. So you can always ask me questions if you're not sure, like, okay, what does this look like? I have no problem answering and giving you exactly the details. All right, the next part about this business, it's an automated business that works for you 24/7. Now, a lot of you may be like, what are you talking about, lady? They give you, okay, once you purchase this, you invest in this, y'all, you get a pre-built website and funnel. Like, y'all, when I first started my business, a funnel for me in a website, let's just say website, because I think most people understand websites, is anywhere from 3 to 5K for you to pay a website designer to design it, to code it, all of this stuff. I was like, oh my goodness, whew. You don't need to pay that. It's only $39, y'all, for them to give you a pre-built, like, this is the $1 million website, by the way, which, if you go here, you check on that website I told you about, wealthymomceo.com is what it is. You will see, okay, beautiful. And I didn't create it. Someone else did. That's the beauty of this. Someone else created that website. And that website, y'all, makes me income from this platform. And it just runs for you. That website they created for you, all you have to do is change it up to put your name in it, right? Because you want to make sure that you get the money, goes to you, right? With your credit information, your account information, your banks, right? That's it. You don't touch anything else. You can have this up and running within a day. It usually takes most people 1 day to have their business up and running because all you need is a website. Once you have the website, just like me, you just tell people, go to this website, Wealthy Mom CEO. That's it. That is it. That's all you need. And it's done for you. You don't have to pay anybody thousands of dollars to do it. You don't have to understand coding. You don't have to be tech savvy. None of it. You just purchase. They give it to you. They say, here you go. Just plug in your, bank details so that you have what you need to be, so you can get set up. And that's it. And then it also comes with emails, guys. Now, you may not think a big deal of it about emails, but this is what helps you make sales, right? Some people will come to your content, they'll watch your content, they'll love what you have to say, they'll feel inspired, they'll be like, okay, I'm thinking about this. They'll go check out your, website, and when they put in their name and email, you now have the ability to send them emails consistently for me 30 to 40 days. So every single day they'll get one email from you that just tells them more. It just shows them what's possible, which answers their questions. Because naturally, we're as humans, if this is something new to you, you're gonna have questions. Hey, what does this mean? What is it? Blah blah blah. That is where I get to communicate with people who are shown true interest and say, hey, here are your questions, here's my answers, etc. Okay? They give you all of that. So you don't have to create that, y'all. You have to pay thousands in a traditional business to do this. And every business has emails, right? If you like Costco, they'll send you a Costco email, maybe a newsletter, and they'll send you maybe discount coupons and stuff like that. That's what the emails do. They just send them information, a newsletter, let them know more about this program, this blueprint, and that's it. But all of that's completed for you. You don't have to do that. But the beauty of this is because it's automated, it's happening behind the scenes. So y'all, I made 300 while I was at the park with my kids. I made 600 while I was making dinner for my kids. So I'm not here online. I'm not doing anything. I'm literally making dinner and I look at my phone and I get like, you made $600. Like that's what's there. Okay. That's what I'm trying to help you understand is that's the beauty of this. It's a business in a box. If you understand how to plug and play, paint by numbers, you literally just follow it step by step. Okay, you take the automated pre-built website that they've already got for you, you plug in all the things where they tell you how to do it, and they show you exactly how to do this, y'all. So if you're not tech savvy, it's super simple. They show you how to put in your email, how to take the emails, import it into your system. You don't have to touch the emails at all. The only thing you have to change is the name. So obviously you get the credit. And of course, like I said, your specific link to your website so that people, go to your sales page and you get the 100% profit commission. Okay, that is it. And that takes you it takes people a day, right? A couple hours, boom, bam, done. You do it one time, and that is it. And the income just sales start coming in. Okay, the sales just start coming in after that. That is it. Okay. And if you do get stuck for some reason, the beauty of this program, they have 24/7 tech support. So if for some reason you're just like, oh, I'm not getting it. How do I put these links in? How do I put my bet? You can jump on a call and they actually will screen share. I mean, they'll take your screen and they'll show you exactly how to do it. They'll do it for you. Okay. I'm telling y'all, the next part about this business is a global business. So people from everywhere in the world, it doesn't matter where you are located. I'm in the United States. I'm in Arizona. That's where I'm located. But we have people from everywhere, the Philippines, Australia, Canada, Sweden, all of Europe. We have a ton of people from Africa, South Africa, Nigeria, Ghana. It doesn't matter. You name it. We have people from every single part of the world because this is a global business. That's the beauty of being digital. You do not have to have a physical location. And that helps you out because you can sell to anyone anywhere. I have customers from all over the world. I have a customer from New Zealand. I have a customer from Australia. I have a customer from Canada. I have a customer from Jamaica, right? I have three customers from Nigeria. Like I have customers from all over the world. So I can sell to people anywhere. And you make dollars, by the way. You make sales in dollars. So if you're in another country, y'all, you about to get, I just said the word, but I gotta be careful with TikTok. That's what I'm trying to let you know is like it's a global business, so you are not limited in what you can do, right? If you're at a McDonald's, it's limited by the location. That is only makes sales from the people who live within that, area, within the perimeter. But with this business, like I told you, I have customers from all over the world because it's digital. I use social media, and social media is available where? For the most part, all over the world, right? If you take away maybe 2 or 3 countries, for the most part, it's all over the world. So I have people from all over the world reaching out to me who are interested in learning more about this business, who are buying and purchasing, investing in this. Okay, global community. That's beautiful. It helps you out in your business. Means you're not like I said, limited to one specific location. It doesn't matter if you're like in rural Kentucky somewhere and no one knows about you. Who cares? Get on social media. Guess what? The world is your oyster. Anybody and everyone can be your customer. Okay. The next thing I want to make sure I cover with this business is okay. So the work that you do, we only follow a 2-hour workday. YouTube, TikTok, 2-hour workday. Okay. So what that means is 2 hours. That's all you have to devote to it. I think I shared with you guys before that, you know, when I worked my traditional 9 to 5, I worked 40 plus hours a week. Sometimes we had to work weekends because we would do events. Okay. So that was plus. And you were not paid extra for the weekend, by the way. I couldn't get overtime or anything like that. So I was working 40 plus hours a week and making my standard, income. But if I worked 8 hours, there was no way I was gonna work 8 hours. Like I was making I think $19 an hour or so for 8 hours. Okay, do the math. But I only work 2 to 3 hours now from my home, wearing my pajamas or where I'm comfy. I got the fan going on right now. I'm home, and I can make anywhere from 100 to 900. Okay, I can make 100, 300, 600, 900. That's the four products that you can pick one and decide on from home, y'all. My first week of starting this business, I made 600 dollars, dollars, yo, from home, from in my house. for one day of work, guys. That's it. And then it starts to compile upon that. I've had $1,800 I don't know, days, okay? Days. 1,800. Would you make that amount in your 9 to 5? If you could, let me know. Put it in the comment section so I can see. Has anyone ever made even 300 working for only 2 hours in a day? Have you made 300 working 8 hours in a day, right? The traditional 9 to 5 job is 8 hours. Have you worked 8 hours and been like, oh, I came out with 300? Because I've only worked 2 hours and made 300. I've worked 2 hours and made 900. Okay, with this business. That's it. 2 to 3 hours tops. My max is usually 3 hours because I love this business. I love sharing about this business. I love being on live. I love, creating content. I'll break down exactly what those 2 hours compose of so that there's no confusion about what it is. I spend about 30 minutes creating 2 to 3 pieces of content. So when I say content, it could be a B-roll, it could be, a video, usually a 30 to 60-second video. They don't take that long. Plus, if you're not sure what to say, guess what? They tell you exactly what to say. Mind blown. You don't even have to come up with your own content. If you're like, I have no idea what I could talk about, they give you prompts, they give you hooks, they literally give you scripts. I give you scripts if you want. If you invest with me, I'll give you my whole everything I've said. All you have to do is tweak it to obviously make it relate to your story, right? Because we don't have the same story. You post it and you know it's gonna work because it's worked for me. It's made me money. It's made other people money. That's it. I post 2 to 3 pieces of content. These could be videos where I'm talking for 30 to 60 seconds. These could be videos what we call B-roll. I'm not talking. I'm probably on my computer, but there's like text on the screen that's like, if you're interested, blah, blah, blah. You can go to my TikTok and you'll see it. Okay. Even if you're on YouTube, just go to my shorts. You'll see it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's it. That's it. That's what I do every single day. 2 to 3 pieces of content. That takes me 30 minutes tops to create. It's not that long. I know exactly what to do. It's plug and play. And then I usually, sometimes I'll go live. You don't have to go live, but it helps you to create connection with people and build new followings. And people will buy from people they know, they like, and they trust, right? If you know me, you don't have to love me or anything like that, but you trust that what I'm saying is true, right? Because I'll keep it honest with you. I'll keep it 100 with you. If you trust that this can help you, you're gonna be like, okay, I want to invest. I want to learn. I want this result. I want to be able to make this type of income as well. So I go live, usually anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes, which isn't crazy for me. I love it. That's it. And then the last thing I do is I respond to comments, DMs, and emails because naturally, right? If you're talking about something that people have interest in, they're gonna do what? They're gonna reach out to you. They're gonna, either send you a message in your DMs. Do not message me on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, please go to my Instagram or email me because unfortunately TikTok has a lot of spam, and I just don't want to deal with that. But if you want to talk, like have a conversation, go to my like I said, click here. Go to that website, wealthymomceo.com. Go there, put in your email and your name. Once you do that, you're going to get an email from me. Look for that email. If you have that email from me, please, all you have to do is respond back to that email and ask your questions. I always, always, always respond back to every person that asks me a question. Okay, that's one of my daily tasks. Okay, that's part of my 2-hour workday. Like I said, I respond back to anyone who emails me with questions, concerns. It doesn't matter. I will respond back to you because I want to make sure you get the information you need to be able to decide if this is the right fit for you or not. Okay, so go to that and do that. And that's part of my 2-hour workday. So I create 2, 3 pieces of content. I go live for like at least 30 minutes, and then I respond to any comments that people have on my post, like right on my content post or emails. Okay, that's it. And that's usually, again, 30 minutes. It doesn't take me that long because I usually get focused. I sit down, I go through it, I do what I got to do. 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, I'm done. The rest of the day is mine to be a present mom, to go do the things. I usually try to go to a spa. Like after today, like tomorrow, I have a spa day planned, and I'm still gonna like spend like 2 hours doing this job, doing this business. Then I'm spending the rest of the day in the spa until I can pick up the kids from school. Like that's my life, right? I'm not reporting to a boss, y'all. I'm not asking for time off. I'm deciding tomorrow, as I shared, I have baby number 4s on the way. I need time to relax. Okay. So that's the beauty of it. A simple 2-hour workday that allows me to work in the morning, and then the rest of the day is mine to do with whatever I want to do with. I don't have to ask nobody for permission. Okay. Now, the added benefit of this is you get lifetime access to mentorship from 6 and 7 figure earners. Okay. If you've been earning 6 or 7 figures, put it in the comments because I want to be your friend. Okay. But you get lifetime access to learn from people who have been able to break free from the 9 to 5 hustle, right? They have been able to, just like me, find a way to monetize social media to break free from the 9 to 5 hustle. Okay. And they are teaching you their, like, it's mind blowing. They're teaching you exactly what they're doing to make this happen, how they're able to create 6, 7 figures, y'all. Do you know what that is? From their phones. They're teaching you their secrets. They're teaching you their tips, their hacks. If you could learn that and you make one-time investment, that is gold, right? If those of you who get it, those who know, like, I'm just going to put it out there. You can sit in a room with people who are making 6 and 7 figures, who have been able to break free from the 9 to 5, who have created abundance in their life. And you can sit with them and say, teach me tell me how you got here. And they'll share that with you. You take notes, my friend, and you go and implement. You take action. That's how you get out of the matrix. Is you start to surround yourself with people who have what you want and who are where you want to be in life. That's for me exactly why I did this too, is I want to be around people who are making things happen in their lives and who are creating their financial future. They're not stuck in the box of I've got to be, again, I have nothing against 9 to 5. Everyone has their purpose and place in life, right? That is not my purpose and place. I knew that, like, I prayed on it. God said, no, it's not. I could not stay in a traditional 9 to 5. I knew I had to leave. I knew that my goal was to be present for my family and create generational wealth. Period. That's my goal in the next 5 years, generational wealth for myself and for my kids. So being in spaces and rooms with people who have made 7 figures, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to take notes, and I'm going to take action on whatever they teach and show me so that I can also create that for myself. Once you learn it and you understand it, you go and do it, right? You go and you copy what they're doing so that you can get the results that they're getting. Okay, so you have lifetime access to this. We get daily trainings. Our mentor, the woman who created this, has made 7 mil in 2 years. Okay, because she figured it out and she's teaching you it. Go and pick her brain, because I sure do. I sit and I take notes, exactly what she's done, and I'm slowly building that up for myself. I took a little bit of a break that kind of, put me behind a little bit, and that's completely my own personal mindset stuff. But now I'm like, I'm coming back with this 100% strong, and I'm learning what she's showing us so that I can create that for myself in the future. Okay. So you get access to that daily trainings from her. You get 3 coaching calls per week. So like we meet Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday are calls. If you decide to purchase the 900, which is the Legacy Builder, which is our highest tier and our most popular digital product and program, then you get an extra call, which is interactive, where you get to sit one-on-one in breakout rooms and interact with other entrepreneurs. It's like a networking with other entrepreneurs where you get to pick each other's brain and share what's working, what's not working. Again, being in spaces and places with people who are successful, who are working towards the same goals you're working towards, who understand the importance of entrepreneurship, right? Who aren't just locked up in the, oh, well, I have to go to 9 to 5 and work till I retire at 65 if I'm lucky. Okay. That's the beauty of this. You have a community of over 54,000 people who will support you, who will cheer you on. It's a really supportive community who will cheer you on, who will help you out while you're going through this. Okay. And then, like I said, we have guest experts, just people who come and just like, they got you. Like, that's what I love about this community. Again, you have people who got you, people who will support you, people who will show up for you, and help you grow in this business. All right. So I'm just talked out. But if there's any questions you have, like I said, don't hesitate. Go to wealthymomceo.com, and then just plug in your name and email. You have nothing to lose. If you have any questions, email me back from that email. Okay, because you're gonna email from me. You're gonna get an email that's gonna break down everything. I'm gonna give you a free training, a free guide. I'm literally gonna show you step by step exactly what to do, what to expect, etc. You can reply back to that email with any and all questions you have. I will get back to you. Or if you're just like, you go through it, you're like, it's not for me, that's also okay as well, right? You can just unsubscribe, right? There's nothing you lose nothing, but you can gain everything. You can gain a different perspective, and you can gain the option and the opportunity to change your life. So literally, that is up to you, right? It's the same way I took that up. That option was presented to me. I went all in because I was just like, something's got to change, right? When you get to that point where you're like, something's got to change, and I believe in myself, right? I will bet. Oh, I will always bet on me because I know I will go in and I will make stuff happen. I know that's not everyone's mindset, that's not everyone's personality, but that is mine, and I always try to cultivate that in other people. To like the the biggest thing you can invest in is not, you know, cars and houses and all those things. They don't, they're assets that depreciate, right? They can get lost, they can get stolen, they can break, they can, they go down in value. We see inflation. But guess what will never depreciate? Your knowledge, your skills. What I'm investing in is in myself, my ability to now create wealth for myself and for my family for generations to come. That's why I invested in this, because this has given me the opportunity to do that in a way that I could not have been able to do it with my 9 to 5 at all. Okay. So if that's something you're interested in, if that's something that you've been looking for, if you've been scrolling and scrolling and you're on the high, remote job, side hustle side of, TikTok or YouTube, y'all, I'm telling you right now, that's not it. Get a business in a box. Get something that's going to change your life. And like I said, if you decide to invest, I become one of your mentors. So I teach you what I'm doing. I show you what I'm doing. I literally give you my own personal blueprint to what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So I don't let you just like kind of fall through the cracks unless you want to. That's how, you're a grown person. It's up to you. But I show you like, hey, this is what's working. This is how it's working for me. Literally take this, go and copy it, tweak it for yourself, but then copy it and go do it so you can make the same income. Like, it's that simple. Like, I want to see so many people win with this because it's changed my life. It's helped me so much financially. It's helped me so much mentally. It's such a fun business. Like, I like, y'all, seriously, it's a fun business. Like, I tell you, I'm not even trying to like, overplay it. I'm telling you, it's a fun business when you know exactly what to do and you have that mentorship. I'm blessed that I have several amazing humans who pour into me from this business, who want to see me succeed. So they give me the blueprint, they give me their stuff. They're like, here, take this, run with it, make it happen. You will be successful. And I've been able to see that success because I have people who care enough that they're pouring into me so I can be successful. And so I want to return that favor by pouring into you so that you too can be successful, because there is plenty to go around, right? Don't listen to whatever your president is saying or whoever you are in the world. It's like, oh, no, there is plenty to go around. You just have to know how to put yourself in spaces and in rooms with people who can help you get to where you want to get to. Again, it's not for everybody, and not everyone's going to be, want to be, part of it, or think that they can invest in themselves or that they can make it happen, which is unfortunate. But if you're someone who's a go-getter, if you are like, I'm gonna make this happen one way or the other, if you're someone who's coachable, and what I mean by that is someone who's willing to learn, like you're open to new opportunities and options to learn stuff, and you're willing to take action, right? Not just learning. Learning can only take you so far, right? You can read a book, but it means nothing. You can watch a video game, or you can watch, sports. It doesn't mean anything. But until you get on the field, until you start playing the game, that's when you really truly see traction. That's when you truly see success. So it's the same way with this. Once you get in there and you start taking action on this, there's no way for you not to win. Like, I'm saying that, and I'm saying 100% positive. If you are willing to do the work, put in the time, put in the energy that it requires, which isn't that much, I told you 2 to 3 hours a day, you will see success. That has been my story. That has been the story of so many others. Like I share in the blueprint. So if you go grab it, you'll see it. That's it. Go to wealthymomceo.com. You'll see the training. You'll see the guide. I share everything. I share other people's stories, other people's wins, other people's success. So it's not just me. So if in case you're like, oh, it's just you, I'm not lucky. I'm not special. I'm a child of immigrants. My parents immigrated here when I was 4.5, 5 years old. So I didn't even speak English, y'all. But I'm making. You understand? Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that these options are available to anyone and everyone if they're willing to take the take the road that's less traveled. Let's just put it that way. Because there's a lot of people who want this, but there's very few who are willing to take the road less traveled and make it happen. Okay. So again, if this is something you're interested in, um, if you're in TikTok, you know where to go. It's that website that you'll see in my bio. If you're watching me from YouTube, just go to my description. It's all laid out for you there. Just click on that link, put in your information and then go check it out. If you have any questions, I'm here for like 5 more minutes. And then I'm going to go eat some lunch and take a quick nap before I got to go pick my kids up from school, which is, again, the beauty of this business is that I can do that however I need to. So if you have any questions on either one of these and I can answer it for you, please let me know. If not, I have an FAQ that I can share. Let me go back to my page that people have. These are frequently asked questions. So I'll do a quick FAQ because I have this pulled up because I get a lot of questions in my inbox. Ooh, excuse me, from people. So I can, these are probably questions that you have yourself in your mind. So let me put you at ease. First one is usually, is it saturated? No, it's not saturated. There's how many trillions of, dollars circulating in the world. And there's not that many people doing it. It may seem that way. And that's the funny thing is, that's our brain playing tricks on us. Once we start looking at something, we end up seeing so much of it that we think everyone else is seeing it, but they're not. So I'll give you an example. Like, once I found out I was, pregnant with my fourth child, I did some research, right? Just because, it's been a while since, I've done this. So I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. The funny thing is the algorithm then sees this, right? That I was looking up, pregnancy, things to get for pregnant, whatever. And half my content, most of my content now is pregnancy stuff. I'm like, like I don't want all of this, but that's how the algorithms work. So if you start looking up like digital marketing, or you start looking up how to make money online, or any of those things, the algorithm is going to think, oh, you're interested in this, and it's going to keep sending you so much of it that you're going to think, oh, everyone's getting the same information. They're not. I promise you. It's very small percentage of people who are actually in this business. There's a very small percentage of people who know about this business, which is why I love sharing about it, because there's so many people who don't know it exists, and I want to let them know that option is available. So it's not saturated. The next question I get is, what are the products we promote again? So there are 4 products. You know what? Y'all, let me see if I can show you it on my tablet, because since I have both TikTok here and Facebook, you guys can see it. Okay, here you go. If you go to my page, these are the 4 products. I hope you can see it. Let me do it here. Hopefully you guys can see it on thing. So these are 4 products. They're all there. Okay, here you go. YouTube, if you haven't seen it. Okay, let me back up real quick so you guys can see what this is. Let me put it here because I don't think you can see it. There's a glare, so I may not be able to see it. But basically, this is the 100, which is the launch pad, the passive daily blueprint, which is the 300, the digital mastery 600, and the legacy builder 2.0, which is the 900. Okay, they're all digital products, and they all teach you digital marketing skills. So they're going to teach you digital marketing skills. The difference in each one is that they, depending on what you want to learn, some of them, the legacy builder is the main one. It has everything, like every type of skill, every type of way you can monetize social media is in the legacy builder. That's why that's my most popular, because most people are like, oh, I want to learn everything. Launchpad is just to get you launched in 7 days. Okay, it's really condensed. It's really quick. It's just, here's the basics of what you need to know, rudimentary, kind of, to get you done. The next one, passive daily blueprint, is a little bit more. It teaches you a couple more. It teaches you a couple more skills that you may need in terms of being able to make that passive income. And then digital mastery really goes into like digital marketing, in terms of skill sets, in terms of, it gives you a lot more information. It gives you a lot more tangible stuff. But the legacy builder, on top of giving you everything you need, monetize everything you need to make a lot of recurring income, also gives you the ability to be part of an extra interactive Zoom room where we meet every Tuesday. You get on the calls and with our $1 million mentor, and she teaches you a new training. So this is complete new information, and then she puts you in breakout rooms with other entrepreneurs. Like I said, almost networking, where you can sit and you guys can like literally bounce ideas off of each other. So if you're like you've gone through the program, you're just like, I want to create my own thing, right? Maybe you're interested in health, right? You're like, I want to really branch out and create my own like health app. You guys can talk about what that looks like. If you're like, I'm really interested in creating my own ebook around gardening, you guys can, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where you can really start to hone in, utilizing the skills you learned. How do you take that beyond just this program now? How do you then create your own thing? If that's your goal, maybe not. Maybe you're just like, I'm good. I just want to resell this and keep making profit. There are people who that's their goal. They don't want to do anything else. That's fine. We're all different in what we are looking for. That's what that is. So there are four. Like I said, there are four. You can go to if you go to the website, like I shared you, you can then look and you can actually see what they all have in them, and you can make a decision what makes the most sense with you. Okay. So it's 100, 300, 600, 900. There are payment plans, by the way, in case I didn't say that. You can start as low as 27 a month. Okay, which I started with a payment plan, by the way, y'all. So there's no shame there. I've had customers who've done the same. They don't have the full 600 or 900, which makes sense, right? People, lives, bills, families, etc. So you can start at just paying with Klarna or Afterpay. I think those are the two. And there's another one. You can start at $27 a month, which is doable, right? Because if you're following the process, within the first 30 days, you should make your first sale. And once you make your first sale, you're in profit mode, and you can pay off everything and just be done with it, and then now start making more profit. Okay, that's what I did. I told you within 5 days, I already made my first 600. I was like, payment plan. I already paid that off, and then I started making profit. Okay, so those are the four products. Do I need to show my face? So this is one that I get a lot of people get, right? Because maybe you're shy, maybe you don't like doing lives like I do. Maybe maybe you have a 9 to 5 and you're like, I don't want to be seen on social because I don't want my boss to know that I'm doing this thing, right? I get it, right? There's so many reasons. Everyone has their situation. If you don't want to show your face, she has a faceless module where she teaches you how to be able to create content like I'm doing, where you don't have to show your face, right? There's a lot. Maybe you've seen this on, especially Instagram. Instagram is big for this, where you don't have to show your face. If you don't want to show your face, if you're just like, I can't for whatever reason, she teaches you how to do faceless. You can find there's stock videos that you can use or stock pictures that you can use, and you just write content, like you write text on it, and you can use that to promote your business. In terms of lives, hey, there's a girl, she doesn't show her face on her lives. So she usually either she covers her face, or like she'll have like something on her face, and she'll talk the whole time. Like you'll see her body from down, but her face is covered. Like she'll have an emoji on it, or she'll have like one of these, like she'll have something on there so you don't even know like that's her, because she doesn't show her face. So it's really up to whatever you're most comfortable with. If you don't want to show your face, you don't have to show your face. I show my face because I'm comfortable. I've been online for 5 years. I'm very comfortable showing my face. I'm very comfortable having conversations with people. That's my personality. Okay, but you don't have to if you don't want to. What do I get with this program? Like I said again, you get the course, one of the depending on what you want, right? You can pick one of these. There's four. Okay. Right, I'll see it. You can pick whichever one you want to start off with. Whichever one you start off with, because they all have resale rights with it, it means you can make profit on any of them. So because I've invested in the 900, so I can make 100, 300, 600, and 900, because all four of them I have access to. But if you decide I can only, do the 300, you only have access to the 300 and the 100, the one below it. So those are the two that you can make profit with. You don't have access to the other two. Okay. So that's just something to be mindful of. So you have access to the course. It's a full-blown course. Like I said, it teaches you everything you need to know. Like it's literally a digital marketing. You could get a digital marketing degree from this course because it's so value packed and it's so informationful and knowledgeable. Of course, but that's why we say we earn. We want you to start making income while you're learning, because the learning could take some time, but you don't want to sit there for months waiting to learn and earn. Waiting to make money. You're like, I want to make it quick, right? That's the reason why we give you the opportunity to learn how to make the money fast, as quickly as you can, while you're also learning the knowledge now that you can apply to anything else you want to do. So you get the course. You get the mentorship. Like I said, you have lifetime access to 6 and 7 figure earners, to trainings. We get live trainings. They're on Zoom. You get on Zoom. You see the other entrepreneurs. There's over 54,000 of us. Don't worry. Don't get overwhelmed. All 54 do not show up to the call, obviously, because people have lives. They have other things they're doing. Other people have, whatever. So it's usually about six, usually 5 to 600 people will show up on the Zoom. And that's why we have the little breakout rooms if you're in the legacy builder. So they're a little more intimate. So there's usually about 5 or 6 of us instead, in small little breakout rooms on Zoom, so that we can actually like really connect and learn from each other and help each other. So that's what you get. Is it available in my country? It is. Unless I tell you it's not, which I haven't yet to hear from them that it isn't. It's available in any and every country. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you have Wi-Fi and a phone, at least, you will be successful. Okay, that's all you need is Wi-Fi and a phone and a way to get paid. That's important too, right? Because this is all about making profit. You need to have a way to get paid, right? So you should have a bank account of some sort. Like I said, how do I get customers? That's a good question I get all the time. The way you're going to get customers, we're going to teach you is, remember, you get a done for you website. I'm going to show you my website. Well, this is one of the websites you get. Okay, so I'm going to show you here Zoom. This is a website. I didn't create this. Okay, you're going to look at it. Look how beautiful it is. I did not create this website, y'all. The only thing I put is my face. That's my face. The rest of it, this website was given to me. Okay, all right, you guys see it? It's given to me. This all done for me. Done for me. Completely done. This is a $1 million website, y'all, and it was done for me. I didn't have to do anything. Okay, so you have that already given to you. All you have to do is create content. Okay, like I do. If you go to my pages, if you're on TikTok, go here, go to my page, my account, go and look through my videos. That's all I do is create content. If you're on YouTube, go to my shorts, YouTube shorts. You can even watch my like long form videos, but they're more webinars. But I create content. A lot of the content I create is plug and play, meaning I just took prompts and hooks that they give you, and then you can change it up, you can tweak it. You could go to ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT, hey, I'm promoting this product, give it the website of the product, and then say, give me like 30 different content ideas. ChatGPT will give you 30 different content ideas. Then you can say, hey, can you expand upon them? Create me a hook, a caption, script, and a call to action. It will do all of it for you. All you do is you take it, you read it, you put it on, the video, or you do B-roll if you don't want to show your face. And that's it. Guys, I'm telling you when I tell you it's simple. It's simple. That's it. Okay? You just repeat the process over and over again. And as you repeat the process, you get better at it. And as you get better at it, you make more money, because now you bring more people into your world who are interested, who will go, oh, okay, yeah, I see this. I like this. I want this. Done. That's it. That's all I do. That's how you get customers. Create content, follow up with anybody who has questions. When people are ready, they will make the decision. They buy from you, you make a sale, 100% profit. Okay. If you're not I'm not tech savvy. Will this work for me? Yes, it'll work for you. You don't need to know tech. They do all the tech for you. Like I said, everything's pre-built for you. All you do is plug and play. And if you get stuck, we have 24/7 customer service. Okay, that takes care of that. You may have a question. I don't have any following or experience with. Will this work for me? The beauty of this business, you do not need a degree. You do not need experience. You do not need a following. Everybody started from zero. Okay. Anyone who has any business online started from zero, unless like maybe they were gifted it from like a family member, right? That's different. But I started at zero. I had no following. I had nothing. I had to learn everything and build up to where I am right now. So if you don't have a following, you don't have experience, that's fine. You work up to those places. You don't need technically experience or a degree, because like I said, you're learning everything from the program. You don't need a huge following. If you go to my TikTok, I barely have 107. I don't even have 200 followers. And I already have, if you go to my videos, you'll see engagement. I already have leads and profit. Now, this is a new TikTok page, by the way. I had one I created back in the day. I created last year, but I left it because I was tired of it. And I created a brand new one. But I made income from the last TikTok page I have. And I've made income because I use Facebook as my main place that I show up. And Instagram is kind of newer too. And I've made income from both of them, right? I made over 65K in 7 months of doing this. If you go to the wealthymomceo.com, go to that website, put in your name and email. I actually show you exactly what I did to do this. All right. I don't gatekeep. I'm not trying to hide it from you. There's no point in doing any of that. I literally show you exactly how I do it. 65K within 7 months, y'all. Who makes that just chilling at home, working 2 to 3 hours? No one I know. Okay. So you don't have to have any of these things. You can start from zero. We teach you how to do it. I show you how to do it step by step. You just plug and play, follow me, copy and paste. Okay? And that's how you're going to grow. Because you want to start from scratch anyways, because the people, your friends and family may not be the right fit for it. I didn't want my family and friends to know what I was doing when I first started, so I completely started a whole brand new page. This is a brand new TikTok. That's how you start from scratch and you build your way up. That's how we all started, okay? Another question I get is, how many hours do I need to dedicate to this business, right? You're busy. Maybe you're a busy stay-at-home parent like me. Maybe you have a 9 to 5. Maybe you got life going on. Like, I understand that. Listen, I get it. I say if you can give 2 hours at least to this business, you'll be successful. Now, those 2 hours, by the way, do not have to be consecutive, meaning you don't have to give a full 2 hours. Sometimes I've had days where like the kids are home, like this summer, they've been home summer. Like my days are choppy. So I'll do 30 minutes here, 30 minutes here, maybe a 15-minute there, maybe like it really just depends on the day. So it's not two consecutive hours. You don't have to do back to back. If your days means you got stuff going on, then just fit whatever you can when you can, right? Maybe early in the morning, you can do like 30 minutes. Then maybe lunchtime, you can fit another 30 minutes. And maybe in the evening, after the kids go to sleep or whatever happens, you do another 30 minutes or an hour, whatever it may be. It really is just up to you what makes the most sense for your schedule. We all have different schedules. We all have busy lives. You just dedicate 2 hours of that to creating content and following up with people with, in emails and stuff like that. And if you can go live, because all those things are what helps you make sales. Those are the things that help you make in your bank account. Okay? So that's all you need to dedicate. And then you've tried, okay, another question I get, because a lot of people sometimes who follow me, especially when I was on like Facebook, were people who have tried other business ventures, right? Maybe you've tried an MLM and network marketing. Maybe you've tried drop shipping. Maybe you've tried TikTok Shop. Maybe you've tried, trying to start your own business, even a physical business, and it hasn't been successful. What makes this different? I always say, what makes this different is number one, the community. The community is like, oh my gosh, like I know people will say it just to say it. I hope you guys can see this. This is our community, okay? I'll show it to you guys here. This is on a platform called School, and we have over, like I said, 54.8 thousand people, okay? And these are the most like incredible humans like I've ever met. I've met some amazing people here because they're all striving for the same thing. They're all entrepreneurs in their own right? Whether they made $1, 100K, 10K, it doesn't matter. These are people who decided to join, because the only way to get in this community is you have to have invested. So each one of these people became a part of this community because they wanted something different. They wanted more for their lives. They thought outside of the box and they wanted out of the matrix. They wanted a way to make income online. So what makes this different is you have such an incredible community, and we are super active. Like if you, again, I don't know if it's super active. There's people commenting, people asking questions, people like helping each other out. We have a super engaged and super like interested community. They support you. They got your back, whatever you need, because they get it. We get it. We understand what it is to be. It can be very lonely because people who are not in this space, people who aren't trying to start their own business, who aren't trying to leave their nine, they don't get it. They're like, why would you do that? That's crazy. And that's fine. That's their prerogative. They're allowed to have that opinion. So you want to be around people who are stretching themselves and looking for something more, because that's going to stretch you, right? There's a saying, you're like the summary or sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time around. If you spend the most time around people who are negative, people who have no ambition, people who are just content being in their situation, who complain about everything, guess what? That's going to be like your mindset, because that's what you're around. That's what you're hearing all the time. But if you're around people who are go-getters, who are like, we know we can make this happen. We are trying to build wealth, generational wealth. We are trying to have a better life. We're trying to like buy our dream home and our dream cars. And we want to make sure that we're present parents for our kids. And, we have all these ideas and ways we want to create and change the world and be better people. If you're around those types of people, guess what? That's the way your mind is going to be now, because that's all you're being fed. That's what's coming into you, that's being poured into you from other people who have the same mindset as you. So that's what makes it different. You have a community of people who will pour into you, who will cheer you on, who will motivate you, who will tell you this is possible. Because I promise you, everyone else will tell you it's a scam, it's not true, it can't happen, whatever. And you don't want to hear that, because that's going to block your dreams and block your goals. And that's why I don't even surround myself with people who are like that, because that's not me. I have a goal, I have a huge goal, and I'm going to make it happen. That's a fact. So if you're around people who will continue to motivate and encourage you in that way, I promise you, you're going to make it. Because every time you wake up and that's what you see and hear around you, you're like, yes, 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 I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Even when times are tough, even when challenges come up, you have that behind you. Plus, like I said, we have a millionaire mentor who pours into. She doesn't have to, but every day she shows up and she gives daily training. She shares insights. She tells you what she's doing to continue to build her empire. And there's others around her who do the same for us. So like, that's why this is such an amazing thing. This is not just a course. I don't call it a course because I feel like a course diminishes exactly what you're getting. A course is, I mean, there's 40, you could buy a course for $37 and gonna teach you digital marketing. Like, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. But that's only gonna take you so far. It's a course. You're gonna sit in a room by yourself, listen to a bunch of, outdated stuff that people are gonna drone to you, blah, blah, blah. It's only going to get you so far. But when you have a full-blown program, you don't just have stuff to watch. You now go on into Zoom rooms. You now interact with other humans. You can ask questions. You can get support. You get poured into. Some people, she does live events. You can go and meet them in person. So they're not just people you know online, but these are people you can, if they locally, right? Go and meet them in person for coffee or something, and just get to know each other and like really like, wow, we're both doing this, or we're all doing this together. That's incredible. So that's what makes it different, is you have the support, you have the mentorship, you have the community, and you get the knowledge. And of course you get paid. We can't forget that. That's the big part of it, is you get paid, right? Okay. So I'm just, like I said, I get excited about it. As you can see, I'm already getting like really heated, and we're in Arizona where it's hot. It's like 100 and some degrees right now. But I just wanted to share this. I actually went beyond the time I wanted to, but that's okay. If it changed someone's life, if it opened someone's mind, I've done my job for today. Um, if you have any questions, wealthymomceo.com, go there, put in your name and email. You will get an email you'll get a training, but go and look for your email. In that email, you're going to get all the information you need. If you have any questions after you watched it, please, please, please do not hesitate. Reply to that email, ask all of your questions, and I'm more than happy to answer them, to fill in the blanks, to do whatever you need, share you whatever you need to know, to feel comfortable and confident with it. Okay. All right, until tomorrow, because I'm excited. I'm going to go live again tomorrow. We're going to talk some more, share some more. Until tomorrow, y'all, I will see you then. Have a wonderful, let me go over here because YouTube. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. That's the beauty of this. Have a wonderful rest of that. And I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye, guys.